versus is that big rat, I believe. It's very hard to read with the
Yeah.
resolution I have right now. Big
I
rat is the
will.
code I'm being told.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, as far as sweats go, this is definitely a game that requires a lot of sweating because you're running around the map. You need to be careful of getting hit. You're doing laps, and these players are trying to do laps around each other. Now we are going into a little bit of a zoner versus zoner matchup. We have the Marvin versus the Tom and Jerry. We see a little heart coming out immediately out of it as Jerry gets launched ahead to start the celebration with a little bit of champagne. But turret is activated, which means those rockets are going to be launched out, and you can see a little bit of damage already accumulating on the Tom and Jerry, already at 55 points of damage, trying to fight back onto the Marvin, but not finding a good opening quite yet.
Marvin the Martian is a character we've seen a little bit more recently. We did not see them very much at all in the off season, so it is very interesting to see his kit being used to full effect here. Tom and Jerry doing a very good job of trying to maintain that sort of central stage control. The UFO being set up, those projectiles there, causing a little bit of mayhem all across the field. Floating platforms are going to re-establish, but Marvin has also done a very good job here of preventing Tom and Jerry from sort of being able to maximize their kit. Obviously, you split Tom and Jerry apart. It does nullify them a little bit, but a costly elimination at the early stages of this tournament here from Marvin the Martian. As Tom and Jerry now at a very high heat level, desperately trying to stay alive. They are going to be eliminated as well. Marvin's only at 18 heat, so it's still pretty even as we reach the 5-minute 30 mark.
Yeah, you're gonna see here one of the things about Marvin that's a little bit unique to him compared to a lot of other multiverse characters is that unlike most characters, you are actually confirming into those projectile hits. Those rocket hits are really how Marvin's gonna look for a lot of these KOs. Of course, there are strong normals, those melee attacks that Marvin can activate, but needing to zone out his character or his opponent using the character's kit can be difficult, especially when you're up against a Tom and Jerry, as we see, honestly, the big rat closing out another stock. 84, 90 points of damage. Marvin trying really hard to not take extra poke, but going up against another zoner like Tom and Jerry, it does become difficult. 20 points is not bad, though.
20 points isn't bad at all. We're in a very similar situation as we were going into the second set of lives for both of these guys. Vacoda has done an incredible job of establishing his momentum, however, and is able to juggle Marvin very efficiently, as you saw just there. Marvin setting up the UFO a little bit, trying... when you're going up against someone like Tom and Jerry with a very chaotic kit, you do really need to try and control your space as best as possible. He's done a decent job of doing so, but he's taken a lot of damage in the process. Now at 103, and there is the elimination. Vacoda's going to take round 1 for this series. Very clean.
I will say, doing a really good job of using kind of Tom as a... not Tom, Jerry, the rat, the mouse. Doing a really good job of kind of keeping Marvin busy the whole time. I really feel like iSweat needs to do a slightly better job of positioning himself where he can deal with Tom and Jerry on the same side when he's starting to get his setup up. It's a little bit hard with characters like Jerry, with characters like... honestly, kind of like Morty, where you kind of... there's so much going on the screen that once you start getting through all of it, it becomes really confusing and you start just getting hit by random hits. But we see here immediately Marvin able to getting KO on the rat and gets a lot of damage on Tom. Now we need to see what he can do with the damage and if he can keep up the advantage here. Summons the rockets. Remember, those rockets do follow Marvin, not the opponent. Ooh. Taking a pretty big hit to the face by hugging the spaceship, that UFO there. But doing a really good job as soon as an opening opened up, dealing the damage, hitting Marvin over and over again, and our big rat here gets the first stock.
Very, very nicely done from Vacoda, the big rat, who now continues to juggle Marvin, doing a lot of. They're already up to 58, 63. We've seen those ignite stacks slowly sort of chip away that health further and further. Finally, Marvin is taking advantage of an opening, is going to try and go for the elimination, but hit by the dynamite, but was able to hit with the downward spike and secure the stock finally in his favor. Vacoda now one stock down, but it's done an incredible job of keeping Marvin very, very tender. Gets a beautiful elimination here as Marvin tries to realign and set up that UFO again, trying to use those rockets to the best of his advantage. He's not been getting a lot of value from them, unfortunately. He does get the occasional hit. There is a little bit of splash, but
Yeah.
Tom&Jerry has been able to completely maintain control of this series. As iSweat a lot is starting to get a little bit of pushback, but Tom&Jerry is able to stay alive.
Yeah, it really feels like our big rat here is getting a lot more off of each hit than Marvin's able to. Now, Marvin gets 1 or 2 hits off of it, 20, 30 points of damage. But we can see here that Tom gets stage presence, is able to set up a little bit more each time that he gets a hit. Luckily, Marvin able to find that spike once again, getting the stock count even. He can work with that. Marvin has the possibility of getting a lot of damage without having to commit too much. But it really depends on the movement of the Marvin. And you can see here, getting caught by a straight down attack. And with the arc of the mouse